I don't know if I've done this part before, shown this part before. This is the outside. Okay, these will go down later. I'm using E9000 on this because it's strong and flexible. And I'm using some plasticized. I glued this last night with this, which is stiffer. And it's kind of a lot, but it's okay. And then I'm just going to smush them together. Usually I put one vertical and the other horizontal, and then that smashes. Make sure that your things are going the same direction. These seem brighter than the others. I think they are. And place them together. Make sure everything fits. Also, you have some slide time with this. And then this looks nice and neat back here. I see I've got a shadow here. This is not good, but the lens is actually over here, so while I'm working with the overhead, why don't I do this? There. It took me a while to get used to the idea that the camera lens is on one end of the camera and not right in the middle. I was wandering around taking pictures of things outside that I couldn't fully see, wondering why what I was looking at wasn't in the camera. All right, so that's done. And then I just let that cure. And when that cures, then I do the rest of the gluing. And I think I've demonstrated that. And this is how it looks when it's all done. It's not real bendy, is it? I wonder why. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. And look at that. It looks just like a regular book cover. There. And then that. And then this is a 99-cent bag of rubber bands from Ralph's or Kroger. The other bag of rubber bands I bought at Staples or Office Depot. So I separated all of the medium-sized bands out. So it's this size band. And then all we do is put these guys around like this. One at a time. To add in the signatures. One at a time. I'm keeping this flat all the way. And a lot of times there's one side that's tighter than the other. So you can just stretch that out. And then you put the signatures in, and then we move these closer to each other, straighten everything out, and it's done. And then you can replace signatures. So I'm going to pause this and go get some signatures right now and make one little book. And then I think I'll be pretty much done with this demonstration, other than showing how the books have come out. they've changed a little bit from just the couple I showed. I don't remember if I showed this or not, to stiffen up the covers. And put another piece of the same kind of cardboard in, the same weight of cardboard, and I roughed this up with my sanding sponge so that I can use just my regular white glue to glue all this down when I get there. Okay, so there's the inside front cover. Then yesterday I came across something that would be a really good idea. I think I put the baby wipe inside the front of the first one of these to see what it would be like with a padded cover. This craft foam, I've got a piece of it that's kind of old and been sitting out for a long time. That might be a nice little thing to put in to give it a little, literally spongy feel, a padded feel. These are not meant to last forever, but they'll last a good long time. I mean, they could last a child into a child's adulthood. They are well made. Everything I make, I make very well. I kind of over-engineer everything, which I enjoy doing. All right. And let's see. I did a demonstration of getting signatures into this one, and I might have had the camera on pause. So I'll check back a little later and do another example with putting signatures in. This one's drying. I had to do a little touch up here. Oh, looks like it's already dry. I'll wait a little longer. And that one's complete. And that one has a different colored spot on it. So I'm going to turn it around. Put that spot on the bottom. There. It's just really satisfying to hold these. I think they'll be a nice size for kids, too. This is a pretty good sized box. I don't remember Good and Plenty boxes being this big when I was a little kid. I love Good and Plenty. It's the best licorice. Licorice is a food and a medicine. Yeah. Does this one have a butterfly? Yeah. Oh, I need to look for a doily, too. Gotta have a doily. My goodness. And I don't have any pockets in these either. Oh, I do. I put, I had 2 CVS bags, so I got 2 pages out of those that go this way with the bag ends like that to make pockets, and then that lovely sounding paper. Okay. And I might put, I don't know if I have enough of these, cut this in half lengthwise and put a strip of walls in, because I think they'll look at these and think about them. Yeah, I think I will do that. Okay. So this is another one that's good to go, and if I don't have a film of how I put these in, I did such a good job too. I found one that had a weak spot in it, what looked like a weak spot, and replaced it and everything. So keeping them close together. In the middle keeps them tidier. See, here's where 2 signatures come together. I think these are really cool. It feels good too. I did not Mod Podge the outside of the boxes. They actually have a plastic coating as it is. Now, one of the books I went and cut down, and I'm cutting my paper slightly smaller now, too. So, I think I just did another one. Oh, I am taping. Okay. Okay. So, I may have taped putting signatures in with the camera not on. Doi, oi, oi. Now that one band that had a thin spot, I can't find. Very quickly, I don't know if I got this in. I know I had the padding in one. Here I've got the ends of Trader Joe's Irish breakfast tea packaging inside to stiffen them up, and so there, these are the pieces, and then they're just cut down from there. All right, and I think I mentioned this in one, that when I close it up, I wind up with a little bit extra. And I'm cutting that before I glue it. One, because I don't like getting glue in my scissors. I mentioned that. Keep my blades clean and sharp. And same thing on this side. So I just try to make as much of a 90-degree an angle as I can with my mind and hands, and hold it. It's on the front piece there. And trim that down. And it looks like, Actually, it does look like I might need to trim a little, just a tiny bit off of the length right here. I don't remember where I got these scissors, but I didn't realize it when I bought them, but they are. Maybe I bought them as an emergency pair of sewing scissors and forgot. But with this flat blade on the bottom, it makes a lot of things easier. I'm going to turn this upside down to do that. There. Okay, and then those are glued and sanded. That part isn't. I don't remember where I saw these, but I think probably at Big Lots. But I found a packet of them for not much. So, you know, I'm always looking for something easy to sand with that's not sandpaper. That's perfect. That was a pretend cough, although the first one wasn't. Cack. All right, now, and all I do here is, again, these have the nicest little cap that works the way they're supposed to work. This white part comes and breaks the seal of the old glue, and there we go. Something just fell over the side there. And then all of this squeezing it together here. Well, I could lay it flat and do that too, but I'm trying to keep it in a book shape as I glue it to help give it its shape. And all this squeezing helps to smash out the glue, and it also gives it a nice kind of leathery feel, a worked feel. And it is worked. And I will let that dry and do the other side like that. This will be another one complete, good to go, and I'll put signatures in. I have signatures to spare now. I'm really glad I did this. It was nice doing them in a group because I made minor adjustments. I had to make some fast choices too. And it's given me the practice I need to make the larger junk journals or art journals or whatever they are. Journals with different papers in it for people to enjoy working on in different ways. Okay, guess I might as well do this one while I'm at it. Look at that. See? I glued that. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the glue there. It gave it right up. It wasn't sanded. I just stuck it on there because it had some glue on there. And it didn't stick. Even though one side was a paper side. That side stuck. So, no, I'm not going to glue anything else onto this until this dries and I know it's good. Again, make sure every step is done correctly before you go on to the next step. You can't go back and fix it after you go on. And it's just a good habit to have in life. Sometimes it takes a long time to get things done, but when they're done well. And there's nothing like patting yourself on the back for a job well done. Now, here's one of these finished. I don't have the extra pages in this one of the little butterfly and the, okay, here's this. I can put this one in. They never stop looking up. Post it. And I'll put mine in a different direction. Because these are in all of the books and they're just in as a post-it. People can glue them in wherever they like. So there was just one part of this whole process that I didn't do, which was undoing the box. And you know, if you haven't done this before, it's kind of hard. You just start pulling at this and you open it as carefully as you can. And keeping as much of this side on as you can, etc. And of course, that's the end that you open. So you open it neatly. Now, this one's all bent up, and this one's all nice and straight. So I'm going to, yeah, both a little bent up. I'm going to use this one for the outside. So that means this is the front, because this is where the opening will be. Unless I decide to use this one for the outside, but it's pretty bent up too, more so. So, this one that I know is going to be the outside, I'm going to cut like this. Right down the middle of there. Now all of these things will be folded to the inside and glued down. In order to do that, we need to trim the corners, just like we do in sewing. Now these two ends here, okay, everything's ready except for these two flaps. And they're going to be glued down and in, but I want them to be inside the fold, so I'll just trim them a little tiny bit. That's that one. And then what you'll do, I used E9000 or E6000 on these, but this is paper to paper, and that's what this is made for. Although this is a craft glue, it glues other things. I'm pretty sure it's a craft glue, or an all-purpose glue, rather than a school glue. By the way, look what I got in advertising today, a card. It's plastic coated. I don't know if it's made of plastic, but this would be good for scraping paint because it's bigger than a credit card. Yee. Like squeegee through a stencil. All right, so that's that one. And that's going to be the outside. Oops, didn't trim that one. There. And that's just so you don't wind up with a double layer of cardboard. Kind of is double layered a little bit, but you don't have to worry about it. And I think I've been putting this side down first and then these down second. All right, I'm not going to glue those just now. I'm going to wait till that glues. Again, it's kind of like pressing your seams open, always. Just let your glue dry and go on to the next step if you're using wet glue. All right, now the other box is right here. Oh, here's the one that hasn't been opened. So we just kind of get both sides because they don't have the glue and peel away. And then when we get the middle, we try real hard to keep as much of the paper that belongs to this part with it. Okay, now this is plastic here that came up. It doesn't matter though, we're going to cut it all off. All right. Now this one, don't cut this. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. This is the important part. So on the first one, we cut this, and here it is, and it's on the edges of the book. This one here we need. So we're going to take this out. And carefully cut it out. And then I have these nice long scissors that are flat on the bottom so I can get a fairly straight cut. And this we trim a little later after getting them lined up together. All right, so now this one here is going to be the inside. First of all, we're going to take this piece here and put it aside because we're going to glue it in here to give the spine more stability. Some of them I have gone ahead and glued in double pieces, but we have this also. So let's see now, have I? Yeah, which we can glue down to here and then glue onto there. It's hard telling what I did. But at any rate, they all have this in for a spine, and then this there. Okay, so you see what we wind up with here then is a triple cardboard spine, which gives it the strength that it needs to resist these rubber bands pulling on it. This really is like not a paperback, but those library binding. It's a hard cardboard. It's really nice. So that's that. These other steps are illustrated in other videos, which I sure would be very nice to edit together. All of these are kind of rambling videos. But I did want to get the instructions down because these books are going out. And who knows, maybe somebody might be interested to see how these are made. I mean, really how they're made, not just... So I've done it all in real time here. I think I've been cutting these things off, but I don't really know. And it doesn't matter because this is drying and I'm done. Please subscribe. Pardon me. Give me a thumbs up. The little bell that you click on is for notifications, so that means every time I load up, or anyone that you subscribe to loads up a video, it comes onto your phone and says, there's a video to look at. So that's not really necessary. Unless, sometimes people know that something is coming out, then you'll say, hey, hit the notification bell, and then you can be notified of something in particular that you're waiting for. But subscriptions just mean in your feed when you go looking to see, what should I look at today? It'll be in there, and the things you look at more often than other things will come up first. But that's like your scrolling list of stuff that's there. So please give me a thumbs up and a like. I'm really enjoying doing this and hoping that people are getting really good information out of these and doing their own work. Or at least if they're not working, enjoying watching my hands do the work, because I know I really enjoy watching other people that do crafts and what they're doing with their hands down here. So thumbs up, please.